and does not too badly under pressure.
What a great double effort from Max Evans, who's come on in the right wing, his first involvement in the game. 2 big hits just to really put Luke McLean and the Italian defence under real pressure. Such a difference in intensity to Scotland's performance in the second half. You see the line speed we've talked about, and everyone's just going forward, they're making time, they're not falling off the defence, the tackles that they did in the first half. There's no easy yards. This is the kick from Duncan Weir. Max Evans, look at him, legging it down the right hand touchline. It doesn't go into touch. He makes a good effort here. Luke McLean, he just holds on to his left leg. Watch this at home. Look at, oh, we didn't see, he got to his feet and made the second impact.
On away quickly, Scotland have that ball, and Denton piling on. And there's Richie Gray. There are some hammers in the Scottish lineup now. Steve Walsh took a hit there. Denton.
White.
And again, Scotland all the ball to play with at the moment. Good hands again and through the middle. Again, Scotland make ground. Crosses there and Laidlaw digs. Scott Lawson needs a bit of ballast. Weir once more tries to give it short to Beattie. Still Scotland's ball. Scott tries to sneak through. Sean Lamont. Good strength once again. Jim Hamilton. Gorey and Zani take him, but Scotland again into the 22.
He's isolated.
Jeff Cross, support comes in now, and the ball's still there for Scotland, back for a drop goal attempt, but the pass was floated. Weir tries to save it.
Slow ball routine to start again, Scotland.
And so they do through Gray. Hangs on to it. Laidlaw having a look. Was that ball out as Allen came through, and Italy have pinched this. They will have the scrum. Good Italian defence.
There was good defence. There was some good attack from Scotland. They just lost their composure there. So they tried to set up a drop goal to take the lead from Duncan Weir, but it was a bit panicky, it was a bit rushed.
So Italy are going to make changes with Paul Derbyshire and Tobias Botes coming on. Derbyshire in the back row. Botes will come on at scrum half. Italy are getting a little bit flustered here, but they still lead.
See the frustration there by Greg Laidlaw. I think it might be one of his last involvements in the game, because I think the captain's coming on off, and Chris Custer will be replacing him both at 9 and probably captain as well.
Yes, off troops Laidlaw, as we remind you of the Italian replacements as well happening, but Greg Laidlaw is off. So both scrum halves changing. There is Chris Cussiter.
Thanks.
And Cussiter sure will be the captain.
This is a good platform for him as well. And do you think about the environments he's come onto the pitch in the last 2 weeks, the first two games I should say,
yeah,
he's been really struggling.
Well, Jonathan Humphreys can't look.
But Custer now, the packer on the front foot, the team are going well. Been really impressed with Matt Scott and Alex Dunbar. They're really giving good targets for the players to play off.
So it's Italy's scrum. And for all Scotland's resurgence in this match, they still trail by 2 points.
Bind. Sit. Early push.
Free kick, early push, says Steve Walsh. So Botes comes away and sends it long, and Hogg watches.
Yep.
And calls for the mark just before it went into touch.
Very good play, because he was clearly, momentum was going to take him into touch, but he made the call, called the mark.
And the ball again spirals, but again no angle for him to work with there, so it's going to be an Italian line-out right on halfway. Let's get the thoughts of Carlo Del Fava as we watch this replay once again.
And I think just the Italian intensity seems to have dropped off in the second half compared to the first. A mistake exiting their 22 cost them a try in the end. So hopefully now with the insertion of Toby Botes, he can maybe whip that ball away from the ruck area with a bit more speed and add a bit of dynamism to the game.
Furno has it, the Italian line out again, under a bit of pressure there. 15 minutes to go. And Botez gives it plenty of height. Lamont leaping. Fair contest, Italy have it. Tommy Allen in there. And Italy now up to and into the 22. They haven't been here for a while, but can they score points on this volley? No, ball lost. Scott Lawson decides to kick. Just about his only option, and he's done pretty well.
Yeah, the high kick wasn't taken by anyone really. A bouncing ball, and Italy managed to get it. You can see it here. Sean Lamont calls for it, but doesn't really get to it. Tommy Allen takes it in. You just think Italy are getting in the front foot, and all you need to do is keep the ball, get the phases, but unfortunately a mistake for Italy, and Scott Lawson clears his lines.
Italy's line out, safely taken at the back by Josh Furno, but little knock on there. Scotland have the scrum, and again, things just not quite happening for Italy.
Yeah, they're just making mistakes, and that just comes from pressure. Scotland have put them under pressure in the second half, and when you're put under pressure, you're asking your skills to stand up, and at the moment, they're just not working for Italy at the moment. Scotland really have to capitalise on this.
Well, again, everyone talks about the pressure on Scotland, but the pressure on Parise and his Italian troops to deliver a win here in front of a home crowd is enormous.
Crouch. 20. Bind. Set.
Feed it, says the referee, so Custer does just that, and Scotland with a good solid shove there. Denton just flicks it on to Cusser, and Lamont coming in off the wing again. Plenty of power, gets the offload away. Beautifully done, and Scotland still with it. Alex Dunbar again, he's got Matt Scott outside. He must score. Dunbar himself for his second try. But Steve Walsh is going to look at things. Well, he must have seen something. Looking for the forward pass.
Jeff.
Yep.
And forward passes are often spotted in replays.
We've got a possible obstruction and then the offload forward pass. Can you just check those two for me, please?
So looking for two things: possible obstruction,
back quite a way,
and then a possible forward pass. TMO is Jeff Warren,
and then possible forward pass.
That's correct.
Apologies for the language.
Well, they're getting excitable because it was a great finish. Let's just see. We're looking for obstruction and a forward pass. Matt Scott, there's no way is that obstruction, because it's happened to phase away, and I think that's back.
The one before that one, though, if it's given as a forward pass, it would be, you would think, harsh, but again, in slow motion, forward passes look more forward than they are.
Let's have a look at this.
Enough to make a decision.
Steve Walsh is going to make a decision himself.
That's back, that's back. Hands back, ball back, both times.
What about the obstruction? Matt Scott coming in. Steve Walsh is going to make a decision. He's looking up at the big screen.
I think he's going to give it.
Does Matt Scott? He didn't really interfere with the play.
And that's the defender. That's Derbyshire.
All the while here, Parise is standing beside the referee saying, look at the screen, look at that. But Steve Walsh will not be swayed. So he's going to rely on Jeff Warren.
Steve, there was no obstruction, effective obstruction, and no forward pass. You may award the try.
Thank you, mate.
Try is given, and the Italian crowd, I think, are about to realise that it's a try has been given, but the Scots inside the ground celebrate. A second try for Alex Dunbar, and a third try in 6 appearances, which is a pretty good return, but this game is now there for the taking for Scotland. Weir, the replacement kicker, with Laidlaw off the field.
Can you hear me?
And Scotland have a 5-point lead.
Well, Tommy Allen has scored all 13 points for Italy today, but he's been absolutely targeted in defence. Time after time, Matt Scott, Alex Dunbar and then Sean Lamont are running at the Italian standoff, and he's not making the tackles, and it's allowed Scotland to get in behind them. And that's all that happened there, and then Chris Custer was involved, and a great finish by Alex Dunbar.
Luciano Orchera, number 22 for Italy, is coming on the fly half. He'll come on for Tommaso Allan. 12 minutes to go, and Scotland still have to take this game. Italy desperate to hit back here. Allan, the try scorer, when all was going so well for Italy just before the break. But Italy will charge on now, try and take the restart. That's a wonderful restart from Italy, works well. Little Sevens restart down the middle and patted back, and then the chip through. And Hogg has to watch it. Well, he gambled enough, he was brave.
He was very brave, and with the shape of a rugby ball, quite fortunate as well, because that could have gone anywhere. But it went bounce in his hand, and Scotland will be able to relieve the pressure.
Ian McGickin, what do you think of the latest passages of play?
I think it's been a good second half for Scotland. Denton coming on, I think, has added an extra carrier. Gray's carrying well. Italy haven't anywhere to go, and I think all this game has been played in their half, apart from one visit to the 22.
McLean tries to make his way out of the Italian half. Botez to Orchera. Oh, and that pass a little bit loose, but Quinton Keldenhouse did very well a second row. And Cittadini is there for Italy, the replacement prop, and Orchera now to McLean. Oh, good work by Luke McLean. Manages to offload it nicely, and Leonardo Sato still going. Leonardo Sato, not held, the winger, eventually brought down. And listen to the Stadio Olimpico now. Italy with a chance. Josh Forno. Botez feeds that line. Parisse. Still with the Italians. Campagnaro. Nothing doing there for the centre. Italy trying to get that ball back. Advantage to Italy. They have a penalty coming. The hit comes in. There's men out wide now for Italy. Parisse to Forno. Try for Italy. And my, how they hit back. Josh Forno with the try. 10 minutes to go. All tied up in the Stadio Olimpico.
What a game of rugby we're getting here in the Stadio Olimpico. And Josh Forno, who have been really impressive today, finishes off a great play by Italy. They got in behind Scotland and then they exploited it. This is the end of it. Orchera, nice timing to Parisse. I thought he was going to dummy and go, but he made the right decision, and Forno goes over. Now it's game on. It's 18-all with a kick to come, but a good finish here. Good execution of skills. Forno's been out in the wide places a lot today. Finishes off a great score.
Well, a try by Josh Forno, as we saw, his first try for Italy, but the conversion will go to the man fresh on the field, Luciano Orchera. Cracking match. I see Alex Dunbar is off, struggling with an injury. Oh, he's coming off, but also Italian player down injured, and all this happening as Orchera has to steady himself. These were not his kicks. This is his first. To lead. It is good from Orchera, and the noise will tell you as much that Italy leads. 8 minutes to go.
Game on is an injury to Scotland's key player so far, Alex Dunbar, who's got the 2 tries. He's gone off, and Duncan Taylor's come on. It's a big loss to Scotland because Dunbar and Scott had been really causing lots of trouble in the midfield. But with what, 7.5 minutes to go, Scotland got in a winning position. It's still there. Can they turn around their season?
Well, what an enormous 8 minutes of rugby remaining inside a cauldron now of celebrating Italians. Marco Bortolami and Tommaso Iannone waiting to come on, but they'll have to wait to get underway again through Weir's kick. Forno, try scorer, rises. May, of course, be settled by a boot this match. But Italy, who had lost all the momentum, have just regathered it. Botez under pressure from Cussiter. Sorquera goes in himself. Parise. And the ball lost forwards. Did Sergio Parise just lose the ball forward?
I think that was the first mistake in his whole career. But good pressure again by Scotland. They're targeting the scrum halves for the kick. This is Botez, but this is Parise taking it in. You can see it was a good hit by Johnny Beattie and Chris Cussiter, forcing the turnovers.
Alessandro Zani has come off. Marco Bortolami, so that's a big pack for Italy now as well, because they put Bortolami on the flank. Oh no, he's backing out in the second row. Beg your pardon. And instead,
bind.
Scotland's
Set.
scrum.
Use it.
Denton, vigorous pass to Cussiter, and replacement scrum half has to tidy things up. And in comes Lamont.
White. No, thank you.
Scotland trying to get in a position perhaps for a drop goal attempt or a penalty. Weir hits the line at some pace, and Lamont. Johnny Beattie. And the pressure builds and builds in this game. Good carry by Dickinson. And Weir to Richie Gray. Scotland creeping backwards a little bit though. And just over 5 minutes to go. Forward they come again, trying to get that off, a risky one. And still with Scotland, fine, says the referee. Lamont. And Ryan Wilson to Matt Scott. Johnny Beattie to Weir, and wide on out to the replacement Duncan Taylor, and gives it wide, and Richie Gray out on the flank and gives the ball to nobody. Max Evans kept it in play. No, he did not. In touch, Italy's line out.
Well, Richie Gray's been everywhere today. He's been outstanding, completely vindicated the decision to bring him back after missing the last game against England. He's just trying to get Max Evans free here. You can see what he was trying to do. Trying to free Max Evans, who might have been a running from him. And you can see the frustration, but Richie Gray, Grace has played well today. And interestingly enough, both Jim Hamilton, Richie Gray and Scott Lawson at hooker, the three key components of the line-out, are still on the park, Andrew. They've not made the key changes up front, and that's a reflection of how well they're playing.
Scotland try and challenge that line out, so the ball is a little bit loose for Italy, and Scotland tumbling upon it and securing that ball. Little knock on from Italy anyway. So Scotland again with the attacking position. The white shirts herring up there as Weir just chips it forward. Mark is called, but we're going to come back. There's still an advantage there. Scotland scrum.
I think Weir's quite lucky there to get that. That could easily be an advantage over as soon as he kicked it. He tried to try and create something, whereas actually just recycling the ball. Look where Scotland are. With 4 minutes to go, this is all about trying to get into drop kick territory, and that means you've got to have composure.
Well, wins are rare for Scotland in Rome, as we heard at the start of the programme, not since Frank Hadden led them to victory in 2006. And also we know that Ireland and France came unstuck here last year. But Scotland still within touching distance. Who can win these final minutes, these last moments? Scotland's ball.
Bind. Set.
There's a lot of applauding goes on to show that, hey referee, we're in charge here.
Well, there's a lot There's a lot of communication with the referee there. Are they trying to influence his thinking? And the way he's looking at Italy, he's looking at Italy rather than Scotland, although...
Just make sure we've got a gap prior to you going in, okay? Yes, sir. You're not pre-engaging. Yes, sir.
Key moments. Scrum penalties, will they determine the winner of this match?
Crouch! Bind! Set!
Has to be solid for Scotland. Botes complains about the feed from Cussiter. Solid at the moment from Scotland. Use it, says the referee. Yeah. Denton down to try and secure it. Furno upon him, but Scotland still have it.
They did well there, very well.
Use it!
Lawson in. And just scuttling forward.
No! Use it! No.
2.5 minutes to go. Scotland trying to secure field position at the very least. Little switches. Cussiter feeds Evans. No mistakes, going to be afforded now for Scotland. Infield they come though, through Dickinson.
Use it!
Any mistake now, and the match will be lost for Scotland. 1 for Italy. Beattie carries.
Duncan Weir's in the pocket. He's sitting back. They're just going zigzagging up the middle of the post, up the middle of the pitch to try and set up Duncan Weir.
Oh, the decision, scrum to Scotland and right in the middle of the field. And this may, once we finally settle for this scrum, be the final passage of play.
And all you'll see Scotland do is just set up, hit in close, and then a couple of phases, maybe inch towards the Italian line to make the kick a wee bit easier. Because at the moment that kick would be just about on the 10-yard line. You can see where Stuart Hogg is standing there now. Wants a wee bit closer, you want to get as close as you can. And this is it. This is the game right now, and Scott Johnson there. Duncan Hodge head in hands. Oh, I might want Duncan Hodge on the pitch there to do the drop kick, but Duncan Weir, he's got the skills to do it. Can his team give him the opportunity?
The crowd inside this grand stadium, near enough, well, a vast majority of 65,000, urging Sergio Parise and his men to stand firm, because a win for them is so important as well. 1 minute to go.
Sit.
Good heave from Scotland. They might get the penalty out of this. It's been kept to the back there by Denton. Use it, says the referee. Where is it now? Still with Scotland. They've made ground. Matt Scott. Scotland will just try and heave their way a little bit closer. But every ball has to be held. Every drive secure and precise.
Use it!
Weir sitting deep already, but the forwards will do a little bit more. No, it's coming now. Weir for the victory. He's celebrating already. It is good. And Scotland have surely now won this match through the boot. The accuracy, the brilliance of the drop goal from Duncan Weir.
What a kick by Duncan Weir. Wow, what a kick. Has that turned the Scotland season around?
As the clock goes red, the restart taken quickly though. Scotland cannot celebrate yet, but they have the ball.
Captain hands!
And they just look to get it out. Cussiter asks Steve Walsh the question. Fine, says the referee. Out it goes. The victory is there. There have been bigger wins for Scotland over greater teams, but there have seldom been wins as precious as this.
No, that's hugely important for Scotland, and well played in the second half. They conceded that try just before half-time, but that 14 minutes in the second half has been really, really good. They've upped the intensity, they've got the 2 tries, and then they kept their composure there in the last few minutes to get them into an opportunity for Duncan Weir to knock over a very, very good drop kick. Well deserved. Scotland have turned their season around with a great victory here in Rome.
Well, there we are. That is the final score, and what a joy it is for Scotland fans to look upon that. A precious win. First win here in Rome since 2006, and they win courtesy of that man there in the end, Duncan Weir, and his drop goal. Worth another look. He was celebrating already. Steve Walsh had a long look, but eventually it was joy for Weir and the Scottish side, and many, many travelling Scotland fans.